Hello. My name's Marcus Meakin, but for the people that don't know me, I go by Count Dankula online. Over 2 years ago, I decided to pay a plank on my girlfriend. She thinks her pet pug is the cutest thing on earth, and she wouldn't shut the fuck up about how cute the pug was. So I decided to turn the dog into the most horrible thing that I could think of, which was a Nazi. I taught the dog to respond to the phrase, "gas the Jews," and "don't," and to do a Hitler salute whenever I said "Sieg Heil." I filmed the dog's antics and put it on YouTube, and hoping to show it to my girlfriend and catch her completely off guard. In the video, I provided clear context to what I was doing and why I was doing it. Shortly afterwards, the police came to my house. Arrested me, placed me in handcuffs, and took me outside to the waiting press, who the police had tipped off to the exact date and time of my arrest so that they could get photographs of this PR stunt. I was taken to jail, held overnight for court the next day. I was then released to await my trial. My trial would go on for 2 years. Twice as long as the actual Nuremberg trials. During these 2 years, I lost several jobs, I was defamed by the press, I've received threats of violence, and I've had to constantly put up with the press and members of the public lying about who I am and what I actually believe in. While at the same time throughout those 2 years, trying to comfort my girlfriend and mother, who were terrified that I was going to prison. And me and my family had to go through all of that for 2 years because I made a joke. For the entirety of my trial, the prosecution tried their hardest to find evidence of me being a Nazi, a racist, or a white supremacist, and in the end, they found absolutely nothing. No evidence whatsoever of me being a racist or a white supremacist was submitted by the prosecution, because absolutely none existed. So the only path that they could go down was to assume the thoughts that I had in my head when I made the video. The courts decided what my thoughts were and presented their decision to the public as fact, when it's obviously completely untrue. I'm amazed that more people aren't concerned that the courts now have the ability to overrule the reality of what your thoughts are, replace it with their own interpretation, and then convict you over the interpretation that they gave you. Apparently a lot of people still haven't read 1984. I provided clear context in the video to what I was doing and why I was doing it. An explanation was given, but people didn't want to acknowledge the explanation. People instead wanted to act like the trumped-up high school English teacher examining a passage from a book, trying to find the hidden message or meaning that the author was trying to get across, when there isn't one. There is no hidden message or meaning behind what I did. I wanted to play a prank on my girlfriend, and I'm a shitlord, right? That is the reality of the situation, and I see no reason why I should suffer because people have willfully chosen to ignore reality. In the aftermath of what happened, I've decided to keep fighting to protect free speech, because after seeing my mother repeatedly crying at the fact that her son could get sent to prison just because he hurt some people's feelings, that was more than enough for me to want to make sure that what happened to me doesn't happen to anyone else. And because I want to protect free speech, I've been branded a racist, a Nazi, and a white supremacist. And that I am part of the alt-right. To set the record straight, I reject any notion of superiority or inferiority based on race. I reject the idea of an ethno-state. If you want to live here in peace and not only respect the freedom of others, but fight to protect the freedom of others, then you are welcome.